Where is my cumin? It's right here. Hi guys, it's your girl Keturah King from MasterChef, and today we're going to be talking about how to cook when you are single. We're not talking about any old takeouts or deliveries. No, no, no. Today I'm going to be showing you how to cook some delicious, delightful, and delectable recipes for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Because let's face it, you are the most important person in your life. You might as well treat yourself. And that's exactly what we'll be doing today from the beautiful Radisson Blu in sunny Dakar, Senegal. Let's get to these recipes. This is a dish that I first had when I went to Istanbul, Turkey, and I absolutely fell in love with it. So we start with a good glug of olive oil, and we're going to render some red onions down in that. Saute the onions with some chopped green peppers. One of my favorite things about menemen is the fact that it reminds me of a Middle Eastern shakshuka, but with a fun twist, and that is a feta cheese. Now, any dish that contains cheese has my heart. So you have your onions and peppers rendering down. Add some tomatoes in there. I prefer fresh diced tomatoes. So once you have those stewed down, add some seasoning, black pepper and salt, and of course some oregano. A little known secret about me is I'm actually a morning person, and I like to start the day off with a bout of meditation. I listen to some affirmations, and then I start with a very healthy breakfast and lots of black coffee. To add our whipped eggs in there, and you want to do all of this on a low heat so it doesn't fry up too quickly. When it's almost finished cooking, you add your cheese in and just sprinkle that all around. But I believe that you should definitely take some time out for yourself in order to really center yourself. So whether that is literally just sitting down reading a book or doing some exercise quickly, something just for you in order to set the tone for the day. Once you see that it's started to coagulate, if you will, then just pull it off the fire. You would probably eat this with some crusty buttered bread. Carbs actually make me very sleepy, so I do not eat carbohydrates in the morning. Add some fresh herbs to the side, an additional sprinkle of your pepper. I told you I like things really spicy, but of course this isn't optional. And then some sun-dried tomatoes, and there you have it. So let's get into it, shall we? That's delicious. And I'm not just saying it because I made it. The reason it's one of my favorite dishes is because it's so creamy. And I find the fact that you don't have to use any butter or milk in it, just that little touch of feta cheese makes everything so heavenly. All right, guys, I will see you around lunchtime. Now this time for lunch, we're making a Greek king prawn salad. It's inspired by a trip that I took to Mykonos. I had the time of my life, and one thing that I ate in abundance was seafood. And my absolute favorite, king prawn. And this is something that can easily be substituted with some shrimp or some salmon. You could actually even substitute it with some chicken if you wanted to. Now I've already de-shelled and de-veined these beauties. I tend to use lemon juice. You can also choose to use lime juice. I am going to add some salt and some garlic powder into that. And you really don't want to put too much garlic powder because you find that it will overpower the seafood. Let's get the olive oil in there. The pan's been heating up for a while, so you'll find that it cooks very quickly. You want to cook your seafood on a nice high heat. I like to flash fry it quite quickly because you find that once you take it out, it will still continue to cook. Let it really crisp up and firm up. If you're using salmon, you want it skin side down. If you are using shrimp or prawns, you can flip that over within 2 minutes. Because we've had it on such a nice high heat, you've got a beautiful little crust on the outer edges of the prawn. I will take that off now whilst I assemble the ingredients for our salad. I like to use generally a lot of different types of lettuce just to give it a bit of body. Use whatever lettuce you can find. So I just rip that up. I like to engage in a lot of self-love. And some ways that I engage in self-love, I tend to take a nap during the afternoon. Being that I've woken up quite early in the daytime, take that siesta, make sure you revive yourself. So let's get the rest of this salad prepped up. We have some cherry tomatoes that we'll be adding in there. I like to add some red roasted bell peppers, so it adds a little smoky flavor profile to your salad. My favorite, avocado. And then we'll add some fresh red onions in there for a bit of crunch. You don't want to add too much because, let's face it, nobody likes onion breath in the middle of the day. Add some cucumbers. And next up, we're gonna add a Grecian favorite, of course, some olives. Now, even though you're cooking for yourself, presentation still matters. Now for the vinaigrette, I like a very heavy citron base, a nice little citrus flavor profile to it. So I use not just lemon juice, but also lemon zest. That's my little cheat sheet. I add some oregano in there, some dried oregano, garlic powder, black pepper. Let's add some sea salt in there. Now this reminds me of one of my favorite vinaigrettes, one of the dressings that I had whilst I was in Greece. One of my favorite things to do is travel solo. It really just brings a certain sense of self that you don't experience when you're traveling with other people. I know travel's hard right now, but once the world opens back up, do not be afraid to travel while you're single. So we'll add some Dijon mustard into the base. So just whisk your vinaigrette. And so here's the consistency that you're looking for. Not as viscous as perhaps a syrup, but definitely a lot thicker than water, let's say. Pour that over your salad. And then I like to build it up with a little more fresh vegetables. So we'll add a few more cherry tomatoes to the top of that. Where would we be without our feta cheese, our trusty feta? And then you top it up with our favorite. There you have your wonderful Grecian salad. Nice, luxurious, simple, healthy flavors. Can't wait to dive in. I know you can't taste it, but you guys need to recreate this dish and let me know exactly what you think. This tastes absolutely divine, but I am knackered. So I'm gonna go and have a siesta, and I'll see you guys back here for dinner. Okay guys, now it's time for our wonderful dinner preparation. And today I'm making an amazingly authentic Senegalese yassa poulet. Now, yassa poulet is one of the best chicken dishes you will ever have. And one of the things that I love about all the dishes that we've created today is the fact that they use very similar ingredients. Not only do you get to save on your grocery shopping, but you also get to utilize all of the things in your pantry. So let's get to the yassa poulet, shall we? Get a chicken thigh or a chicken lap. And I like to generally marinate the chicken with the yassa poulet marinade overnight. If you don't remember to marinate it the night before, you can always do it 2 or 3 hours prior to creating your dish. I like to score the chicken so you have tasty skin and also you've got very aromatic meat as well. First things first, I'm going to use a West African Maggi bouillon cube. It's West African only because it's something that we generally use quite a lot as the base of our dishes in West Africa, but you can easily find this in any supermarket around the world. So just crumble those up, add some dried oregano, some black pepper, the exact same amount of white pepper, some garlic powder. Then I also like to use some fresh garlic. And there are 3 stars to this show here. The acids in the form of both lemon and vinegar. So I add some zest in there, some fresh lemon juice, your secondary acid, which is your vinegar. And then we're going to add Dijon mustard. And then add your white onions in. So you want the onions thinly sliced. Add a bay leaf, and the fun begins. Now with this, you've really got to get right in there and marinate and massage your chicken. And then we pop that in the fridge and let it rest for about 2 to 3 hours, or preferably overnight. So I have this chicken that I marinated overnight, but we are going to cook the two together today. The traditional way of making yassa poulet is to grill the chicken beforehand to ensure that you have a nice crust on the outside. In the absence of a grill, you can pan fry it. A nice healthy glug of olive oil in your pan, and your pan has been preheated, so it is going to smoke up very quickly, and you want to get the chicken in skin side down. So we're going to cook each side of the chicken for about 5 to 10 minutes on a very high heat until you see it start to crust up and become a nice golden brown. So what we're going to do next is add some water in and let that chicken and sauce really just simmer and stew. You're going to reduce that fire that you previously had on a very high heat down to a low to medium heat. Add 1 whole Scotch bonnet in there. For those of you that don't like a lot of heat, this is perfect because you're not exposing the seeds, and that's where all the spice really is. So we're going to let that simmer for about 15 to 20 minutes, or until it reaches an internal temperature of about 165, while you move on to making your accompaniment. You can have a green salad. I like to opt for a nice crisp carrot salad. So you add a pinch of cumin in there, our trusty lemon zest, some fresh lemon juice, a pinch of sea salt, and your olive oil. I also like to take some basil or parsley leaves and slightly bruise them in the hands, chop them up very roughly, put that in there for color and of course for flavor. Mix that all up And that is your very simple side carrot salad. And it's time for us to check and see if our chicken is ready. Now what you're looking for is for the sauce to reduce down and sort of thickened up. And that is exactly what we have. And what you want to do now that it's ready to serve is get some pre-boiled white rice. So you want to serve your chicken thigh over the rice and then add these juicy onions. And if you like additional heat, then you can take one of the Scotch bonnets that you put in there, pop it on the top like so, add your carrot salad to the side. And I like to add some additional fresh herbs on top. So we'll add some additional color in the form of our char-grilled peppers from earlier. And there you have your traditional Senegalese yassa poulet. This looks absolutely beautiful. So let's tuck in to this delectable Senegalese dish. Okay. That is good. One thing I love about Senegal is the fact that they know food. Very simple ingredients, but full of flavor. Those flavors really burst in your mouth. Well, that's all for me today. I hope you've enjoyed this trip around the world from the comfort of your kitchen. I really hope that you do recreate these dishes. And if you do, please be sure to tag me. And to all my single ladies and single men out there, make sure that you love on yourselves. I know these are very strange times that we're all going through, but be sure to take the time out for yourself each and every day, and remember that you are the most special person that you will ever meet. Bye-bye.